Well, hey guys, it's Tracey from Nova Scotia Living, and it is 10:22 at night. Yes, it is. I just drug up 2 frozen turkeys from my downstairs deep freezer. I have a hankering for some freezer meal marathons. I only have a couple of freezer meals down in the basement. I think I only have one, actually. I think I have some cabbage rolls down there, but I'm completely out. So I want to do a marathon. Clear out my upstairs deep freezer one day, clear out my downstairs deep freezer another day. I did take those 2 turkeys out from downstairs, but the rest I'm about to clear out from the upstairs basement. And I'll try to take out some of the stuff and let it defrost tonight so we can tackle it tomorrow. But I'm going to go do that and I'll show you what I get. All right, guys, here's those 2 frozen turkeys. There's a big A one right there. This is a good size one, but this one's bigger than that one. I'm just going to set them in the sink and let them go. I'll probably put them in a cooler tomorrow, but they're so frozen solid now, I'm not worried about leaving it out. Now let me show my kitchen table. All right, it looks like a great big old mess, doesn't it? And that's not even all my freezer. It's not even all. A lot of it's deer meat, a little bit of moose meat, and fish, which I'm not going to deal with. That's my husband's stuff, so I'm not going to mess with that. But I found a couple of keto meals, which have been buried. I'm going to defrost them, see if they're freezer burnt. If not, I'm eating those suckers. Some breakfast burritos, moose ones and beef ones. We'll see how they are tomorrow. I don't know. 3 packs of bacon. A rack of ribs, a thing of bologna. That's another freezer meal. Zucchini noodles and pork meatballs that I did. A thing of breakfast sausages from Costco. Another rack of ribs. There's actually 2 in that pack. Some Brussels sprouts, broccoli. I had more frozen of this stuff in the deep freezer, but I didn't dig it all out because I don't want to be overwhelmed with it. I got this smoked pork hock. I want to try to make beans in a slow cooker with this or in a big pot or something. I've never done it before, but I'm going to try it. Another zucchini noodle. Chicken, ground pork, scrambled up. I think I seasoned it with breakfast seasoning. I'm not sure. I'll have to wait till it's defrosted and try it. Cabbage and sausage. I'll be eating this in the next couple of days, if it's still good. We got to see. What a waste, though, if it doesn't work out, but we'll see. Hot Italian sausage. Notice that 50% off sticker, right? Some frozen corn, frozen peas, another hot Italian sausage, frozen cauliflower, zucchini noodles, more chicken. So yes, I'm going to leave this. I'll get up super early in the morning, see how it is. I'll put stuff in coolers, but this is so frozen now. It'll be good. It'll be fine. I'm not worried about it. I know people do it certain ways. This is how I'm doing it. So it looks like a big old mess, but we'll have a lot of cooking to do. So I'm quite excited. Now that I have it out, I'm going to push myself to do it. And I could can up a lot of the stuff. I really could. I could can all that meat, bacon, sausages, everything. You know, ribs, everything. But I don't really generally do that until my freezers are full with freezer meals. And then when I have extra or surplus or anything like that, that's when I start canning or dehydrating and stuff like that. So I got lots to do. The 2 turkeys, I probably won't put those on. Maybe tomorrow night when I go to bed. I'll do one at a time. Put one in before I go to bed and then put another one in when I get up in the morning. But yeah. What a big old hubbub of stuff, right? There you go. Let's get her started. Well, good morning, guys. It is 6:30 in the morning. I have a wicked headache, but May's insisted I get up now, and I thought, well, I'll get up. I took a Tylenol. I'll have my vinegar here in a minute, have a coffee, see how I'm doing. But before I do any of that, I'm going to go down in my basement and get my big stock pot, because I have 4 packs chicken thighs. Ooh, I'm gonna boil up and shred because I think one of the freezer meals I'll make is rapid pie. I know you guys have seen me make this umpteen times, but the kids love it. I don't have any left, and it'll work. I usually use chicken breast because it's less aggravating to try to shred, and I'll do it in a slow cooker, but I have all these chicken legs, and that's what I'm going to use it for. I'll just do it on my stovetop. I also have some hamburger in the fridge I want to cook up, but I have bacon here I want to cook up before I do that, so I need to try to prioritize my mind and get things right. But for now, I'll go get my stock pot. I'll rinse this chicken up and throw it in the pot, and I'll bring you back and show you. Alright, there's the 4 big packs of chicken. I'm just trying to fill up the stock pot now. That's those turkeys. They're still pretty frozen. I'll get those in a cooler so I can have my sink free today. But I'm not putting ice in the cooler. I want them to defrost because I'm going to be cooking these tonight. But, yeah, 4 big packs of chicken. And, yeah, we'll get those going. Then I will have my coffee before I go crazy. Alright friends, it's 10 to 7. I got the dishwasher going, emptied it, but that's all that chicken. I washed it good, put it in here, put it on the back burner. I'd really like to have both of these burners going for bacon, but I'm going to start sizzling this up. Got my coffee here, I got to drink it, but this is steakin'. It's bacon, but thick bacon, but I'm going to cut it up and put it in meals today, and I can use the grease for cooking, especially for keto meals that I might potentially make. So, yeah, I'll probably fill up the pan now, sit down and have my coffee and figure out what the plan is, because I do know I need to get a rapid pie mix, because I don't have one of those. And that's what that chicken is for. So I will be going to town this morning sometime, but let me get whatever I can in one pan. I'll be right back. All right, 1 pack fits in a pan, whereas it's definitely thicker. If it was regular bacon, there'd be more slices, but I just cut that last piece, see, on that side and that side. So now I'm going to have my coffee, 6:52. That'll take a while to get up to boil. I'll do this, save the grease, and I'll have my bacon done for today. So I'll be back. Alright guys, I'm getting it down. It's still on the first pack. I don't know if this is going to crisp up quite like regular bacon, but that's okay. I just want the fat out of it. Ooh. Still working on my coffee. Oh, come on. And I got down my clipboard, so some fresh paper on it. Oh, it feels so good. Hopefully you can hear me over that snapping and crackling. Okay, so, oh gosh. Something I do need is a rapid pie mix, like I said. I need some cheese, some Alfredo sauce if it's on sale. I want to get a bag of frozen onions so I don't have to cut up onions all day. Ones in the middle always get cooked faster than the ones on the side. Let's say that one's done. Yeah, I'm just trying to think. I know the stuff that I need, but I want to make sure I don't forget anything. I have lots of tomato sauce. Could buy a box of lasagna noodles if I make that. I'll just put down pasta. I know I have some pasta down in my basement, so I don't want to go spend a bunch on there, even though it's relatively cheap. But I should map out what I plan on making. Oh, I have those ribs over there. Two things of ribs I want to put in the oven here after. Hamburger in the fridge I'm going to scramble up. But I just want to get the bacon done. I don't enjoy cooking bacon. I don't like cooking bacon. It's a pain in the butt to me. And I tried to do it in the oven before, and it works okay, but I found it tastes better texture, and I get the fat better when I fry it. But that's just me. I'm a funny bird sometimes. There. Yeah. And if I didn't have that big pot going, I'd have two of these going. I'll use some of that bacon and fried rice. Some other meals that I concoct up. Let me open this pack. Yeah, 7:03, not bad. Mace is out there watching TV. The rest of the kids are still snoozing. So I'll finish these up and I'll bring you back and show you, because I have a feeling this is going to be a long one today, guys. A long one. But that's okay. I love it when you guys hang out with me when I'm in here being a crazy person, but we're getting it done, right? So I'll be back. All right, 7:26. The steaking is all done. That's the grease I poured off. It's almost a full bowl of bacon grease, so not too shabby. I'm turning the pot down because I need to. Marquise came home last night. Marquise and Kara but they need to go back into town because they're house sitting, and there's her dog and stuff are there. So I said I just needed to finish that bacon, and we'll go right in. The store's open, I believe, at 8, so you know, we'll just do all that. Should be hunky-dory. So I have a few things on the list. I'll see what I can get, because I want to get in and out ASAP, because I want to stay in the frame of mind I'm in now. You know, when you're in the zone, I'm feeling myself getting in the zone, and I don't want any hiccups. And I've been able to get more done this morning than I have any other morning for a while. Doing that is a big deal to me. So it's done. It's hot. I'll probably just put the plate in the oven for now. The oven's not on, but just so it's not out of sight, out of mind, because I don't need little fingers in that right now. Not that anybody's awake except Maze. But anyways, I'll be back. Alright, friends, it's 20 after 8. There's hardly any. Yeah, the parking lot's empty except for like the workers, so I don't know. But I'm going to the Big W first because I know cheese is cheaper here this week, or at least I think it is. And then I'm going to go to Superstore, and then I'm going to go home. So let's go see what I can find. Alright guys, I'm at Superstore now. I got a few things at Walmart. Alfredo sauce was on sale there. 5 jars for $10, which is pretty good. Classico brand. So I'm just going to go here and then, yeah, zip in and out. We'll be good. Alright friends, well it's 9:43. I got home a few minutes ago. I just took all that chicken out of the stock pot, and when I was at the store, I'll show you what I got after. I need to clear the table off a bit, but I got 2 packages of 50% off chicken thighs. It just didn't have the drumstick attached to it. So I took that chicken out and I put the chicken I just bought in so I can have a loaded up raspberry pie. I bought 2 raspberry pie mixes. So I just turned this pot back up on high. I'm about to scramble up some hamburger. Got to clear my stove off again. A little bit dropped there, but I'm going to get this scrambled up. Alright, that hamburger is just starting to sizzle. But I got 2 bags of tater tots only. These are potato puffs. And I'm preheating the oven to 450. I'm going to do these because one of the requests from the kids was to do tater tot casserole. So I'll use that hamburger for a couple of big tater tot casseroles. But I like to do my tater tots before I put it on there. Some people just put them on top frozen, but I like to have them crispy before they even go into the pie kind of thing. So that's what I'm doing now. Oh, and I got a bag of frozen diced onions so I don't have to chop onions up. And I'm seasoning this meat with onion powder, garlic powder, and salt and pepper. I'm just keeping it simple. And then, yeah, I just drop the onions in there and fry it right up with the meat. Alright, I just dug out some of the cheese from the fridge. I did get, I think, 2 more blocks when I was at Walmart today. I'm going to shred these all up in my food processor. Just do it now because I need it for the tater tot casserole and whatever else I need to use it for. So let's get shredding. Ooh, this kitchen's getting hot. Anyways, the hamburgers all scrambled. I put them in 3 of these. They're not the biggest pans I have, like tin pans, but they're not the smallest either. So I might have to take 1, maybe 2 out if we're going to have it for supper because this is a big hit. But yeah, so I'm just going to spread this around. I'm going to put some cream of mushroom soup in here, some sour cream, a little cream or milk, and yeah, I'm going to let it cool a little bit. Those tater tots are still in the oven, and then we'll assemble it with the cheese and stuff. All right, I put a can in each pan of the cream of mushroom soup. I had those little tubs of sour cream. I put about half of the container in each of them, and I put a splash of milk in there because you don't want a dry tater tot casserole, but you don't want it too soupy either. You just want it nice and creamy and stuff. So I'm waiting for those tater tots to be done, and I have the cheese all shredded. I'm not going to bake these today. I'll let them cool completely, wrap them good and tight, and stick them in the deep freezer. Oh, I just wanted to show you, even though I left this stuff sitting out last night before I went to bed, a lot of it's still very frozen. Very frozen. But, yeah, anyways, I'm going to fry them up anyways. Alright, I just took those tater tots out. I'm about to turn these pans on, and we're going to assemble the stuff while these are dancing over here for us. Okay, so we're good. We're good. These are still piping hot, a little crispy. I'm going to layer this and I might put a little cheese underneath, then the tater tots, then cheese over top. This is not a healthy meal at all, but we don't have it very often. And it is a tasty delicacy. So let me start doing the layers. There, I have a little cheese on top of the meat mixture, then the tater tots. I'm not one to make it uniform. I just throw it in there and try to spread it around so they're not overlapping if I can help it. And now I'll cover it with cheese and let it cool down. All right, now what I'm going to do, this is 2 bags of frozen broccoli, which is mostly defrosted. I'm going to put some olive oil in here, some Parmesan cheese, and a good dose of minced garlic. Mix it all together with my hands, using the same pans that I use the tater tots on. I'm not even going to wash them, I don't care. And I'm going to roast them in the oven at 450. I just left it going since the tater tots, I don't know, for maybe a half hour, and we'll see what it looks like. So yeah, let me get this on the pan. Right, they're on the pans. I'll put them in for 20 minutes and then I'll rotate them because I have to stack them on top. And we'll see how it turns out. Usually I steam broccoli, but I'm too busy with the stove top, so I'm just going to give this a whirl. Alright, when that broccoli comes out of the oven, I'm going to roast some Brussels sprouts. These are kind of big, so I'm probably going to cut them in half. And I got a few things, I still have some I haven't used yet, of these today at Superstore, 50% off. I'm going to try to roast Brussels sprouts and mushrooms, and then when it's done, I'll add some of that bacon stuff that I did today, and that'll be a dish too. Alright, I got the sausages all done. I'm just going to, I used one of my potato pots because it's a big old pack. I'm going to let these cool down until it's time to assemble like my keto meals. Yeah, so these are done, which is good. Oh, I took the broccoli out and rotated the pans, flipped the stuff over, put it back in for another 15. Also, I cut up that whole thing of Brussels sprouts, added 2 packs of the cremini mushrooms. I could use olive oil, but I'm going to put some of that bacon fat in here and mix it around and roast it just like I did the broccoli. It should be fine. And then I'll cut up some bacon to put in it after it's all done, because that's already cooked. Right, so now what I'm going to do is crack all of these eggs. Oh, this is all the eggs in my fridge. That many. I think there's only a couple in here. 2. And this might be a whole one. Yeah, I'm going to crack them all, put them in here, put a bunch of raw spinach or frozen spinach in here, which I've let defrost, and some of that frozen ground pork breakfast sausage stuff in it. And we'll see what happens. I'll put some heavy cream in there, and that'll be a good keto meal when I divide it up into a whole bunch of little things. Alright, it's 20 after 11. I just got done cracking these eggs. The timer's just about to go off for that broccoli. I'll take it out. I'll just unload the broccoli, drop that stuff back on the pans and stick them back in the oven. But I cracked all those eggs, so that needs to go out to the compost. Then I'm going to put some heavy whipping cream, a bit of milk, that spinach, and some of this breakfast home ground pork sausage seasoning stuff I made a while, and I saved it in a food saver bag, so it's good. So I'll be back. Let me get that broccoli out. Alright, that crisped up a bit. I'm going to let it cool just a little bit, and then I'll take it off and put the other stuff on and get it back in the oven. But for now, I'm going to start adding some of the stuff, and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, I still need to mix it up better, but I'm going to put one of those things are cremini mushrooms. I just kind of sliced it while it was in the package. I'm going to put some of my cowboy gunpowder, that dehydrated jalapeno peppers that I did in my dehydrator, and put it in the grinder. I'll put a little bit of that in there. And maybe a little bit of the Lowry seasoning salt. And yeah, we're going to scramble it up. Oh, and why not put put a good handful of shredded cheese in there. I got it to use it, so I'm using it. Alright, the egg mixture is on the stove. I'll show you in a sec, but I'm about to put this in the oven at 450. I'll just do 15 minutes, flip them over. Another 15 minutes, just like I did the broccoli. I just put them there, and the sausages are there. There's still stuff there I got from the store today I haven't even showed you yet. I'm just trying to work through this stuff. I'll show you over here. I'm going to cover these with towels now, but those are the 3 tater tot casseroles. There's some ribs I got to do. More broccoli, cauliflower, 2 packs of sausage, and that ham hock. So yeah, still lots to do. Alright, here's the egg mixture. I tasted it. It tastes good. I'm just in the middle of cleaning up. I washed all those frying pans over there in the other big bowl that we were using earlier. Wiped the stovetop off. That chicken's cool enough that I can probably do something with, but I'm going to take a little break now. It's lunchtime. I've got to get the kids something. And then we'll start working on, I'm thinking maybe the ribs. But for now, I'll let this cool, and then I'll cover it up and put it with the rest of the stuff. But I'll be back. Oh yeah, and I thought I'll show you the Brussels sprouts and mushrooms. They turned out pretty good. I'll let them cool a bit. I'll put them in a bowl, cut up some of that bacon, and mix it all together. And that'll be a dish when I do my keto meals. Alright friends, it's 1 o'clock. I went upstairs and I laid in my bed for about 45 minutes. It was air conditioned up there. I just had to rest my dogs because they were barking. They were doing more than barking. They were screaming and hollering. But I'm back down. I'm slicing up a few things of that bacon stuff. I tried a Brussels sprout and it's delicious. Delicious. So I'm going to slice up 3 things of this to mix in with that. And that dish will be ready. Then I'm going to start working on the ribs. Alright, there it is. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. So I'm just going to cover this and yeah, clear the table a bit. And then I'm going to get those ribs going, and then I need to debone the chicken for the rapi pie. And I think I'll probably call it a day I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to say that too soon because you never know. I might get a second wind or third wind or whatever. But this is done. And I could eat a big bowl of this right now, but I'm not going to. So, but it looks pretty. Alright guys, well it is 2:22. I was just about to sit down and do those ribs and Dad came to visit, so he just left now. I just got done rinsing these ribs. There's 3 racks of ribs here. Oh, I want to take the membrane off the back. We're going to do them slow roasting in the oven, but I'm using some sriracha rub. It's the kind I like. Oh, my husband's outside messing with the garden. After this, I want to pick the bones of that chicken, and we'll see. We'll see if I get a chance to do at least one batch of that rocket pie today. We'll see. I think when I forget if I told you this already. I think when I do it this time, I'm not going to bake it before I freeze it. You don't have to do that, I guess. I've just always baked it before I froze it. 2 of these racks of ribs are like back ribs, and then there's 1 side ribs. I guess the side ribs they don't look so, or they're harder to you know, chunk up in nice little chunks or whatever. Still tastes the same, but now please don't give me any grief getting this off ribs. I find it's easier when you grab it with a piece of paper towel, if I can get it. Not a lot of people don't take the membrane off. I just find it's easier to fall off the bone. Let's see. And no doubt some of these will be eaten today because all the kids like ribs, but I'm gonna want to save at least 2 racks of ribs for our keto meals. We'll see. Yeah, it's not coming off. Sometimes you can do this and it just tears right off like it's supposed to, like you want it to. But I'm not going to put too much energy into this. But at least I gave my feet a little rest. I had to take one of my pills earlier. Oh, there we go. Well, it's coming off in little chunks, you know, sometimes. I have old videos on ribs. If I remember, I'll put it down below. But I can just peel it off like I know exactly what I'm talking about. Today, I guess, is not one of those days. Son of a... It was nice to visit with Dad. He brought out his iPad, I tried to help him figure something out with it. He was trying to use an old message thing, because Mom used to use that iPad while she was here in person. He uses it to FaceTime my brother once a week. But he wasn't sure if that little message bubble thing there was for him, and it was totally signed out like Mom's old thing. I have it set up for him like for FaceTime and his Facebook messages, but that other thing was, I don't know. Come on. Son of a... God. Come on. Oh, well. Oh. I hear my husband coming in, so. Ooh, I almost cut my finger.
Oh, be careful.
I know. I can't get this membrane to come off easy, at least this one. It's being a jackass.
It's just not required.
I know. I like it when it can fall off the...
Well,
Yeah.
do you know where there's any beans?
They're in the porch on
There's
the,
none in
there's
there.
none?
No. And there's none in the bag in the shop. It must have been your mom's stuff because it has like Swiss chard, kale, celery, like all kinds of things in it.
No, if you go down to your mom, she might have some.
Go down where?
If you go down to your
I
mother's.
put peas. I put the peas in
Yeah.
the ground. I was looking for like yellow.
Yeah.
I don't think it just.
I figured I got
yellow.
some of those. Are you sure? There's
Should
none?
be tons around.
Yeah.
They're not where I was expecting them to be.
Yeah.
So I might just grab a package of yellow. And just do yellow instead of yellow and green.
Yeah.
I like the yellow ones because they're a little bit more crisp.
Yeah.
Not as stringy.
Yep.
Top.
I don't know. Well, I want to punch this rib right in the face, but I'm not going to. I'm going to gently put it over there and move on to the next mother. We'll see. See, these are the big, nice old back ribs. And I know this isn't necessary. I just try to be fancy. Just put a little thin slice. It's hard to grab onto it with your fingers, but the paper towel, it grasps a little better. Nope. No, you want to be an aggravating son of a gun too, do you? Well. Oh, of course, when Dad came out, he brought a big bag of treats. So, you know, the kids are just loving that. Well. Oh. Yeah. I might not be able to. I lined those two big pans that I did those vegetables on. I washed them and then wiped them, dried them, lined them with foil and put parchment paper on it. I just find, a pan can get so messy doing ribs, and I don't like cleaning messy pans. I'll procrastinate and let it soak for 2 days before I have to do it. So it'll probably still get messy, but it won't be as bad. Yeah, I might just slice a little bit here. So they get a little tender in between the bone. You bunch of sons of guns. There, I just kind of sliced down each. We're gonna put lots of dressing on it. Now, these are the old side ribs, big old ribs. Lots of fat on this one. Not that I want to take all the fat off, but with these, it's a little harder to get to the meat. These are a little less expensive too, I think. Those two things were about 20 bucks. I had bought it 50% off, of course. Same with this big bad boy. I think it was $12, almost $13. But 50% off. And when I got them, I threw them right in the freezer. Because when I do ribs, I usually like to do 2 full pans. I would like to have had another one of those big, or like double packs. Yeah. I'm sure if there's any professionals, meat carvers, butchers out there, they're probably laughing at me. But that's okay. Let's see. Are you gonna be a good boy? There goes some. Better than the other two. I took off a strip anyways. Ooh, There we go. There we go. Wow. I got a little cocky. So this folds all in. You need to have a little fat on the ribs or it's going to be all dry and not all that great, but I just don't want to bite into great big old hunks of fat. I'm sorry this is taking up so much stinking time. I don't know if I'll get this video up actually tonight. It depends on how I'm feeling. But at least I'm not too hot now. Like I said, I went up and had a little rest. Not sleep, but just to cool down up in my air-conditioned room. And then Dad came. So now I'm getting back into the swing of things. Yeah, well, watch my other rib videos. You'll probably learn something a little better than this one. But it just goes to show it doesn't always turn out perfect, but these will still be tasty. They will still be tasty. And I washed them good. You don't want slimy ribs either. No siree. All right. Move this. So, there's those two. Just take these off for a minute. I plan on using all of this because, well, I think I like to season them up really, really good. So it gets all through right down to the bone. Looks like it'll look like it's excessive, but this is sriracha rub. And I'll put it all over the front and all over the back and massage that sucker in. My kitchen is a disaster. My stovetop is cleared off though, but it's a bunch of compost. Those eggshells need to go out. Got a big recycle bag there, garbage bag there. But after I get the ribs in, I can really clear off the table. And, well, after I debone that chicken. Now, this probably is not keto. Ribs are. I'm sure this must have some sugar or something in it. It's not a sweet rub, but we only have a little bit of it. So, when I say I'm not a hardcore counter of this and that, net carbs, this and, you know, like I don't ever follow that. I just try to eat keto foods and portion sizes and etc. So, a little bit won't hurt. Now I'm touching this with my meaty hand, but I know I'm going to use all this, so that's good. Smells good. We've gotten coffee rub or like, I don't know, something before, and that was good too, but I like the sriracha one. I like the spicier one. But I mean, if you don't have a rub for ribs, you can put your own seasoning on it. Like that Tony Chachere's would be good. I think I've done that before. That's kind of salty, so you don't need to put a whole great big bunch. But just do whatever. Now, oftentimes when I do ribs, I'll put that chicken, the Diana's chicken and rib sauce on after the ribs are done and then put it back in the oven uncovered to kind of get tacky. I won't do that for us this time because, yeah, that would be too much sweetness and sugar and stuff. It'd throw us off balance, off kilter, so. But it's good just like this. If I wanted to, I could make my own kind of rib sauce. But my husband really likes rib sauce stuff. So I might end up making one for him, but me, I could just eat it just as this, just with this on it. when it's cooked, of course. Put a little bit on the paper too, so I can rub the sides of the ribs in too. Because I want it flavor. Oh, jeez. Jeez Louise. I'm making a right old mess of this. Okay, yeah, get the sides and everything. So it seems like a lot, but believe me, it's worth it. It is so worth it. So that one is done. I'll just have that one over there to do. And then I wrap this up tighter than a drum with more foil on top. I forget what I baked this at. It takes a couple hours. You don't want to cook it too high. I mean, you could, but if you want it to be good and tender, you got to do it low and slow. I don't know. If I do it 350, 325, I gotta look back up. Now, I probably won't use all this one because it's just one. Oh, this one was open already. So maybe I'll use it all because that one wasn't full. There we go. So giving a baby a back rub. Yeah, my husband might go for a drive after, might take one or two of the kids with him, which would be good. Get them out of the house a bit. I'm glad I'm sticking to my guns and doing this, to be honest. I got this bug just yesterday. I was like, no, I'll go take that stuff out of the freezer last night, which you've seen. It was after 10 o'clock, 10:30 or so. And once it's out, I got to do something with it. I can't leave it out for days. And I'm doing something with it. And I have room in my freezer. And yeah, life is grand. So, got him coming in again. Where'd you get those?
It's down at Grandma's.
Oh, and I had beans down there?
Well, I got those. I don't know if they're string beans or not. I just asked the beans.
Oh.
So we'll see. I'll put them in and see what they do.
Yeah.
Green beans.
Watch out, my phone's on that chair. It's gonna fall over. All right, guys. Well, there they are, all rubbed up. Looking good, looking good, looking good. So I'm gonna get them wrapped up with foil, and I'll bring you back. All right. So they're both wrapped up. I'm just doing it at 350. It'll take a couple hours, so I'll put them in for an hour, and then I'll rotate the pants and put it in for another hour, and then we'll take the foil off and take a gander at them then. So let's get moving. right, friends. Well, I deboned all that chicken. All of it. Even the stuff that I took out of the pot. I'm saving all the bones, the gristle, the fatty skin. It's going in the deep freezer because when I do those 2 turkeys, I'll have enough turkey bones. And chicken bones, I can do a big batch of bone broth. I know. I've done lots of talking about bone broth before, but nobody's gnawed on these chicken bones or anything like that, so those can go right in the pot with the turkey bones, and I'll make a huge batch of turkey bone broth, turkey/chicken bone broth. But here's the chicken. I'm gonna wrap it in foil. I will probably start making the rapi pies in about half hour, 45 minutes. I just need a little rest. I need a rest. I am tired with a capital T. Let me turn you around. Yes, we've got quite a lot done today. It might not seem like a whole lot, but we got all that broccoli roasted, the Brussels sprouts, mushrooms, and bacon, or, you know, thing done. I cooked all that bacon. 3 tater tot casseroles, 3 racks of ribs. Oh, just a minute. Yeah, 3 racks of ribs, all that chicken. Got some groceries. We'll do all those rapi pies, or at least half of them. What else? Oh, all that scrambled egg stuff. What else did I do? I am doing those turkeys. I'm doing at least one today. Like tonight when I go to bed, I'll put in the oven. The other one I'll probably put in when I get up in the morning. They're still very frozen. Yeah, the compost needs to go. The dishwasher's going. But yeah, I do want to try to tackle some of that rapi pie, and then I'll probably call it a night after I assemble some of the stuff that I can to put in the freezer. I can probably put those tater tot casseroles in the freezer now. My face is dry. See that? Oh, yeah. I just need a little snooze, or not a snooze, a little break. I'm hitting the snooze button on my live alarm clock. Alright, friends, it's about 3:45. We're doing pretty good, though. I just rotated those rib pans in the oven, put them on for another hour, and I filled up the rest of the stock pot with water. I put 1 package of onion soup mix in here. When I do another pot for the second batch of rapi pie, I'm going to have to use chicken stock or chicken bouillon and water, and I'll put like the onion soup mix in it, but this is the water, or the broth, plus some water in it to bring it up. I think I need 23 to 25 cups of water for rapi pie. Anyways, I just turned it on high. We need this to be a rolling boil. So now I'm going to go find one of my turkey roasters, because I always do it in a turkey roaster to mix it up, and then I put it in the pans that I'm going to freeze them in. And yeah, so I'll bring you back once this starts moving and grooving. Alright, it's 4:04. This still hasn't come up to dance with us, but it's getting hot. I emptied one of the potato packs I buy at the local grocery store. I know you can't get these all over Canada, and I don't know if you can get them in the States at all. Just a minute, I'll get the other one so you can see it. Alright, it's like this one. I get a big one. You can get some, like ones about half this size, but I don't do anything in small batches. You guys know this. And I've explained this before, but for those that don't know, this is a French Acadian dish. And what this is potato pulp. So if you juiced, I don't know, 10, 20 pounds of potatoes, took the juice out, this is what would be left, just the potato pulp. And we're going to rehydrate it with this broth. And the reason why we have to season this broth up so good with the onion soup mix, chicken, I did put some chicken bouillon in here too, because this has no flavor. You know what I mean? It's potatoes, right? And the secret to a good rapi pie is really flavored potato and meat seasoning. Now, I didn't season the meat yet, but when I do, I'm going to put salt and pepper on it. I thought I had some salted onions in the fridge, but I can't dig around in there looking for them, so whatever. But this needs to be a rolling boil, so it gets in here, rehydrates the potato pulp really well. I do have videos on this. I make chicken rapi pie and beef rapi pie, and people ask, well, they don't know what I'm saying. Some people call it rapier pie, like R-A-P-U-R-E. Some people call it rapi pie, R-A-P-P-I-E. But anyways, it's delicious. It is. I put half a cup of butter in here. And yeah, we need to wait till this is not just hot, not boiling, but a roll and boil. That doesn't boil down kind of thing. And then we're going to put it, you know, a few cups at a time. I find a potato masher is easier to get it broke up. And you'll be surprised. Like, you can see how this is down low. This will be at least half full, or maybe even a little more, once it's all rehydrated, sort of thing. So, yeah, and then we bake it for about 2 hours or so. We layer it kind of like a lasagna. Potatoes, the meat, potatoes. But some people make this with like seafood, clam, raspberry pie. You can probably make it with anything, but this is what I do. Anyways, I'll bring you back when this starts really moving and grooving, and I'll show you what I do. Alright guys. Ooh, this is hot. Shouldn't have left this in here. Hot, hot. Let me get a big measuring scoop. This is a 4-cup measuring thing. And yeah, I just do it bit by bit. There's little fragments of the chicken that I boiled in here, but that's okay. You don't want to pour it all in at the same time. I don't know why, but just it's easier to mix up when you do it bit by bit. But it takes a little while. I end up fast pacing this because it takes at least 10 minutes or more to get this. It's a labor of love is what this is. But yeah, we have in a Canadian community just, well, maybe 45 minutes, half hour from our house. And yeah, they speak French, but it's not quite the same French as like in France or Quebec. It's kind of mixed with English too. So that's my understanding anyways. One of my sister-in-laws are Acadian. But yeah, it's a very, I never ate this growing up. I didn't start eating this until I started dating my husband, because my mother-in-law used to make this, or still makes it, but she makes it so good. She's the one that taught me how to make this. And yeah, when I make it, I like to do a big batch because it's quite a procedure. I'm surprised I'm even doing this today, to be honest. But yeah, there's 17 minutes left on the ribs. And then we'll take it out and look at it. That'll be in for 2 hours, and that'll probably be good enough, I would say. We'll see. And then I might put the first batch of raspberry pie in the oven. I don't cook it till completion, but I cook it till almost done. But that takes, what does it say here? $350 for 3 hours. Yeah, it takes a while, so we'll see if I do the other one tonight, or I might do it tomorrow. We'll just see how we're doing. I've got to figure out what I'm going to do for supper now, after I'm done this. It is hot. I need to get out some pans, clear the table off again. I should have did that, but I was taking another break. But yeah, you know when this is done, it's like when it's all rehydrated. The potatoes, well, don't suck up any more water. But there's almost like a clear film on top of it, almost like jelly. It doesn't look pretty, but, and I think it's an acquired taste because it's a texture thing too. It's funny, I don't like some foods like liver because it's a texture thing. There's a piece of gristle. I don't want that in there. But if you give it a chance, it's good. But I mean, if you can't buy those potato mixes, I've never actually juiced potatoes and made my own. Just too much for me. So, or you could use like a cheese grater and then really squeeze the heck out of the pulp through a cheesecloth. But again, a lot of work. A lot of work. I know my brother and his family live out in Alberta, which is way over on the other side of the country almost. And sometimes they have raw pie mixes shipped out to them because they can't buy them out there. But I suppose it all depends if there's Acadian communities. But I think there's Acadian communities in the States, I just don't know where. So maybe they have them around that, you know, those communities, I'm not sure. But this company is Raw Pear Acadian Limited in Church Point. And yeah, you can go there and buy raw pear pies, I believe. They sell pre-made raw pear pies in the store, but you get more if you make it yourself. But you gotta know how to make it, and you gotta have the time and energy to make it. So I just keep doing this over and over and over. It takes a while because as you keep adding water to it, it takes longer for it to soak up into the potato. But it will. You give it time and it will. But you can see it was only maybe a quarter of this pan, maybe, not even, probably not even that. And it's already halfway and we're not even done yet. Not even done. Whew. And I leave this burner on high and just let it rumble. And whatever broth is left over in there, I'm just going to add water on top of it, another package of that onion soup mix, and chicken bouillon, and yeah, do this all over again. But I could get 6 big raw pear pies. Well, 3 big raw pear pies out of 1 pack. I'm doing 2 packs today. But I'm going to end up doing some little foil containers. I want to give Dad one, Medea one, Saritha one, and yeah, just individual sizes. With it. You could probably get 2 meals out of 1 little individual size because it's a hearty meal. It's meat and potatoes is what it is. Just a different form of meat and potatoes. But you don't want a raw pear pie that's too runny. You don't want one that's too dry. You don't want one that's not flavorful enough. It takes a lot of trial and error. I've made one before that was way too salty. You know, like it's all a learning curve kind of thing you gotta go through. Whew. Dishwasher's still going. I haven't done a lick of laundry today. I probably have a couple loads to do, but I'm not. After I'm done these raw pear pies, I'm going to put the hot Italian sausages, the bologna log in the fridge. I'm not dealing with that tonight. I have a couple of defrosted frozen peas and corn. I said to my husband when he left, I'm like, if you go to the grocery store and hamburger's on sale, grab some hamburger, because I have lasagna noodles and I could make a shepherd's pie too, even though it's not lamb. But I don't make lamb. You can't generally buy lamb in our stores. We make it with, so it would be technically a cottage pie, but whatever. See, this took longer to rehydrate, but I still need to add more. This will be an almost full. Turkey roaster. There's another one of those knuckles of cartilage. I already put that freezer bag of bones down in the deep freezer, or out in the freezer here in the porch. So those little nubs can go into the compost. Oh, and I should have said right at the beginning of this video, happy 4th of July to all my American friends. I'm really excited for you guys because I know it's a big day. Like Canada Day is for us. I really hope that you're having a wonderful, marvelous day. Whether you're having a... Oh, my phone's acting up, but yeah. They're in for another 45, the other ones, and I'll rotate them again. But yeah, those are done. I gotta clean up this mess. Yes, I do. Gotta clean this up. Alright guys, I'm gonna wrap up these tater tot casseroles and get them in the freezer. Then I gotta start putting the other stuff together. Whew, okay guys, I'm gonna start doing these up now. It's gonna be the egg mixture and some sausages, and I'm just gonna pile them up. Alright guys, I'm going to cut these up in 2 or 3 ribs per thing, and I'm going to put that in a package with some of those roasted vegetables I did. So let me get it cut up and I'll show you my setup. Alright, I got some containers out. I might need more, but I divided them up in like 3s where I could. I'm going to use the Brussels sprouts, bacon, and mushroom ones, and I'll load these up. I have more containers if I need them, but I'll show you when they're all done. Alright, so I used up all the Brussels sprout stuff, and I had to do 3 with the broccoli. Used up all the ribs. There was 1 extra, so I ate it, and it's delicious. The other rack of ribs is gone already before I was even done doing this, but that's okay. It's gone. So I'm going to put the lids on these and put them in the deep freezer. I'm probably going to save that for something tomorrow. But yeah, so this can go away. Alright friends, well I took the first 3 raspberry pies out of the oven and have them covered here. Well, the other one looks just like that one. Put the other 3 in. Woo, I'm out of breath. I washed those pans. I always reuse these when I can. Those 2 trays, the turkeys are under there. Dishwasher's going. I wiped my stove off. Yeah, and the other 3 are in there now. Well, 2 big ones and those 4 little ones. So, yeah, I need to take a little break. I'm tired. Alright friends, well it is 9:15 at night. There's 31 minutes left on that second batch of raspberry pies. I actually had to bring a cooler in. I had a bag of ice in the deep freezer. So when my husband got back, he has 3 packs of hamburger, and I have no room in my fridge at all. At all. But anyways, I washed the turkey roaster. I'm about to wash one of those turkeys and get it in. I am so zonked. So tired. Tired. I even, like when I lay down or sit down, I gotta have my feet up, like elevated. Not just level with the rest of my legs. Up. Yikes. But I'm gonna get 1 turkey in. I'm putting it at 200 and I'll set my alarm. I'll get up early tomorrow morning. I'm going to bed early. Once that turkey's in, that's it. I'm going to bed. Going to bed. I'll get up early. I'll take that out. Get the other turkey in. And now that I have hamburger, I can make lasagna because I got noodles today. I still never showed you what I got, but I got sour cream, a couple cabbages, some lasagna noodles. I don't know. Not a whole great big bunch of stuff. Cream cheese. I don't know. Another, like those diced onions I told you earlier, and just a few things. Just a few things. But those are the first 3. they're still pretty warm. I can't put them in the oven or deep freezer. So yeah, by the time those ones are cool, I'll probably already be in bed. So I might set my alarm to get up in the middle of the night to wrap those up and put them away. It depends. It's warm. Outside it's not too bad. My husband is actually outside barbecuing a whole bunch of chicken that we had in the fridge. I didn't want to use that chicken because I knew he had just got it and he wanted to barbecue it. So all the stuff I used for the chicken wrapper pie today was stuff that was in the deep freezer, or those 2 that I bought 50% off today. So he's outside barbecuing all that. So he'll have to put it in the cooler. But I think that's him coming in now. I'll be right back. Oh no, that's Mally. It's Mally. Okay, never mind. Mally has her friend Lila over. Say hi, Lila.
Hi.
Hi. I still got your sneakers on. Did you need them?
I need the tea.
Well, you can have a cup of tea.
Where's the tea?
I think I just put it up there. I know Lila brought Mally some green tea. Anyways, I'll bring you back when I get the turkey in the pan. At least it's all washed. And I take that raspberry pie out and get that in. I'll probably line the turkey roaster with a couple of onions. I don't have any carrots, I don't think. But I'll just slice up a few onions and stick that in. But if I cook it at 200 all night long, it's going to cook really low and slow. So it's going to be completely falling apart tomorrow morning when I take it out of the oven. It'll be a big old sloppy mess, but it'll be perfect for dishes and whatnot. And then I'll save the bones for turkey bone broth. So I'll bring you back in a little bit. I'm just wanted to catch you up. All right, well, I just did this the super simple, nothing fancy sort of way. I used the leftover broth from the chicken raspberry pie to kind of glaze the bottom of this. I cut up 8 onions and cut them in half to line the bottom of this. I seasoned both sides of this. I put a couple apples inside it. This didn't come with a turkey neck or like the little gizzards and stuff. It's a turkey. And I don't know if the lid fits on here or not. I might have to tent. This is the bigger of the 2 turkeys I have to cook. Let me just get the lid. We'll see if it fits. Oh, it just fits. All right. So, yeah, it's going to be a big whole hot mess tomorrow. But there is 11 minutes left to the raspberry pie. Then this bad boy's going in. All right, 9:55, and I swear I just took these out of the oven and put the turkey in. So these are the ones from earlier. They're still kind of warm. I wouldn't want to put them in the deep freezer now. That's a batch of chicken my husband brought in, but he still has another load of chicken to bring in. There's the other 2 big ones, and then the 4 little ones that are really piping hot. I'm going to cover these with towels. I don't want to cover them with foil so they can still breathe and cool down without getting soggy, you know what I'm saying? And I'll have to put these away in the middle of the night or something. I don't know, but these have been out, 3 hours, and they're still too hot to even think about putting them away or wrapping them up. So yeah. Anyways, beautiful.